Hello, Blender folks, welcome and welcome back. I'm Pxy-STREAM. Bem-vindo pessoal, aqui é Pxy-STREAM e vamos continuar. Let's continue with this small series of creating one 3D character that has been created by me, original character. Então vamos continuar com essa criação de personagem aqui, essa pequena série e basicamente não é isso aqui, it's this one. Last time we did some with the annotations. We were making we've made even a back model sheet. Então a gente fez a parte de trás, a gente fez até a visão de 3/4 e 3/4 negativo, né? Então, so 3/4 view even, but we're only that will be more useful for the face. Só que isso é mais para o rosto. Estamos fazendo o rosto, and we are doing the face. So last time we were developing here, and now it's the problematic where maybe we should start to take into account some of those 3/4, 1, 2, 3, so that we can investigate how we can manage 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so you see here we can try to get this profile here of the 3D of the 3/4 view. A gente pode tentar pegar esse perfil aqui. Aqui a gente pode ver que se eu fosse, claro, eu não vou seguir a risca. I'm not gonna be exactly trying to fit the 3D quartz. This is not useful right now. Not trying to fit exactly with this. We'll just using this as a main reference. Apparently this should go back. This might be a bit bizarre because my impression is quite the opposite, is that these shapes should actually protrude. So maybe the 3D quarters view is wrong. But yes, maybe this is protruding too much, so let's try something here. Talvez essa parte aqui esteja sendo uma protuberação muito grande, protruding too much. And here for the chin, we haven't made the chin yet, or did we? Oh, this is the, okay, so this is the chin. Essa aqui é de fato a ponta do queixo, seja a vista lateral, claro, a gente mexeu um pouco, seja a vista frontal. So, oh, hold on, and the front, the chin, yeah, so it's confusing, I know, but I know what I'm doing. So basically, yeah, so this point, maybe it matches the side, but it doesn't match the front. So let's make this being the default, right, for now, maybe exactly here perhaps. And then here we see that perhaps we can protrude this. A gente pode avançar um pouco, então eu deixei mais ou menos nessa linha, dá para mexer aqui. E agora de 3/4, and now from a 1, 2, 3, from a 3/4 view, you see this apparently was accurate, so we can rely on this for some cases, right? So now what I'm gonna do is the mesh topology that would be for what's happening, that I'm not, something is lagging my selection, I don't know what it is, tá alguma coisa atrasando minha seleção. Tá indo lá atrás. Alright, I don't know why this happens. Oh, I see. This is not good. Let's delete that. Então, vamos começar talvez... é o clip. Okay, it's the mirror clipping. Okay, my mistake. So, basically, this 1, 2, 3. So I cannot extrude from this because of the clipping. So what we're gonna do is perhaps pick, I don't know what is this verse, so I'm gonna duplicate this. Let's make sure this is in some strategic place. Could be here, right? It is lagging. I think it's too much things open here in my... I wouldn't like to join this, but this lag is annoying, so I must be sure that this won't cause... okay. No, this is the chat. What is that? Okay, I don't know, it looks better now. This is easy. I'm just gonna try to connect this directly like that, and so we can match this with a side view here. Maybe here. Yes, so maybe this can work. Então talvez isso aqui a gente pode comparar. E a 3/4 agora. 1, 2, 3. We see that the line here is, yeah, despite the fact 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it's more or less here, right? We could redraw this with precision, but since we're still modeling, it will be a waste. So now it could be interesting if I subdivide here. Let's try to find the middle. Vamos tentar encontrar aqui uma linha bem no meio. So we can work 1, 2, 3. So we can work perhaps trying to connect, to bridge this thing, or, well, you get the idea. So we can have more subdivisions later. So for example, maybe this is too far. So let's get perhaps this one. And let's try to perhaps match here. So these are too strong, right? So let's reduce these opacities. And we could do, yeah, this is looking fine, more or less, but I'm concerned about the top view now, yeah, because since we retracted many of these mesh here, we might find some issues here. Here the cheek, aqui a bochecha pode ser talvez mais alta, more elevated here, porque a gente trouxe tudo isso para trás, pode ser que esteja faltando uma visão aqui a bochecha, então pode ser que nesse caso aqui em particular, 1, 2, 3, a visão de 3/4 atrapalhou quando eu tentei fazer isso. Provavelmente eu desenhei isso errado, isso aqui devia estar mais para cá. Agora, claro que a gente pode tentar... talvez mais para o lado. Não, mas aí atrapalha. Então, a questão é que se eu puxar isso para o X, nesse ângulo, claro. Não, é que esse aqui é o view. How interesting. So we are pushing, a gente está empurrando o X do ponto de vista, desse ponto de vista ortogonal, né? O que talvez ajude, mas enfim. Eu nunca usei essa nova ferramenta, quase nunca uso. Rarely use this. This is new. This can be quite useful. So we can do sort of try to ignore the model sheet, because at this point we need to, because my model sheets are not that helpful on that particular case, unless I had the perfect results for the model sheet. I cannot use them like in a very confident way. So what is the front? Maybe this is too... Okay, let's leave it like that. Então, eu preciso fazer logo essa bochecha aqui e fazer o loop da boca, né? Então, again, maybe this color is trying to be bad. So let's do some change here, because it's starting to become confusing. Essas cores não estão me ajudando muito. Essa da frente. Então agora, por um momento eu vou desligar esse aqui, só vou ficar com essas daqui. E E vamos ver se dá para fazer um loop da boca. Acho que sim. Isso aqui eu já tenho essa coisa aqui. Então, bom, aqui a questão é como é que vai ser a topologia exatamente. Bom, a topologia é circular, mas como é que vão ser as subdivisões? Frequentemente aqui dá para considerar várias opções. Por exemplo, será que é essa uma linha no meio ou na verdade algo assim? So here, not about so much about the mesh topology, it's just circular, at least around the mouth. Pelo menos em volta da boca, né? Mas o problema é the problem is here the side. So often what we see is that we have this for the side, something like that. So whatever starts to grow more vertically. Even though this character, this model should usually we want something more stuff growing because the muzzle is so large, there's a tendency to push all the mesh outwards instead of vertical. Então aqui, por causa do character design, que essa bochecha, essa focinho é enorme aqui lateralmente, a tendência é às vezes uns serem puxados bem para os lados e menos verticalizado. Só que isso não é tão bom para as deformações da boca, me parece. Então, a minha conclusão, tentando reproduzir outros tutoriais de outras ideias de topologia de malha para a boca, é tentar fazer verticalização. So it's start to verticalize this, even if that would mean more subdivisions here. Mesmo que isso signifique fazer mais subdivisões aqui, tentar verticalizar essas formas. Está vendo como rapidamente a tendência é ir para lá? Então, this is not very good, so we gonna try to reinforce a gente vai tentar reforçar a verticalidade. The verticality we'll try to reinforce here. Here we can probably subdivide this, and there's not too much here mysterious about this bottom part, right? Of course we want to have a good profile, and this can be challenging, slightly challenging, but there's not much mystery about the mesh topology itself. I mean, mas em respeito à topologia de malha aqui não é algo tão relativamente simples. Dá para fazer um xadrez comum. Here we can do a simple chess thing. Of course, as we approach the mouth, then we should be more careful. Claro, à medida que a gente se aproxima da boca mesmo, daí vai ficando, a gente tem que prestar mais atenção, porque pode ser, dependendo do trabalho do personagem, que a boca tenha que ter coisas em especial. So here my small experience and investigation on stylized cartoony after I seen the sonic mouth rig, which it's a universal sonic mouth rig, then there are many, it's free, you can access this on, dá para acessar esse tutorial do Universal Sonic Mouth Rig no Blender Artist Forum, e ele é mais para fazer bocas mais cartoonizadas assim, e com altas deformações, ou no caso permite que a boca vá parar para o canto da face. It allows that the mouth be displaced to the outer region of the muzzle of the character, and we don't need exactly to use it here, but what I mentioned that because there are some features about mouth rigging which I've learned for cartoon characters that I learned from that. Eu estou citando isso porque existem outros atributos desse Sonic Universal Mouth Rig que eu aprendi sobre modelagem e rig de boca, né? Graças a esse conteúdo. E uma delas, por exemplo, é a questão da regularidade. So one of them is the aspect of the mouth regularity for rigging on armature deform, right? And so what is relevant is that the more regular is the mouth geometry and mouth topology, here let's verticalize, the easier it would be for rigging it. The better the deforms would be in terms of cartoon stuff. Então, melhor vai ser para um estilo cartoon. Acho que o mesmo se aplica para bocas realistas, né? Então, o que a gente vai fazer vai ser criar um orifício de boca. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna create a mouth hole which is very, very regular. And so this will hold the... it doesn't need to be perfectly regular, but I'm already... Yeah, I shouldn't be building right now, but for now let's accept this, right? So here we go, regularity. And the shape of the lips, they can be developed later with, I've seen a special shape key. Quanto a forma dos beijos, quanto aos lábios, dá para criar os lábios com um shape key. Então dá para criar um shape key que vai formar a forma original dos lábios. E esse shape key é um shape key especial que pode ser mantido o tempo todo, a não ser se eu quiser que a boca vire assim de novo. Mas qual é a vantagem disso? What's the advantage of having a shape key that would construct the anatomy of the mouth? Well, on top of a simple geometry, is that a vantagem is that it doesn't interfere with armature deform skinning algorithms. A vantagem é que isso não interfere com o algoritmo de skinning das deformações por armadura. Então eles não vão competir com o wave paint. The shape keys won't compete with the wave painting. Whatever wave painting I do here with bones, with deformed bones, armature deformed stuff, these will be an independent anatomic shape. So that means the rig, the armature deform, will deform from this rest position, very regular lips mesh, but the shape key will allow a morph, will allow that the lips will have the shape that I want in the end without struggling with the armature deform stuff. Então a ideia é que se eu fizer esse shape key, ele vem depois, ele se sobrepõe à forma da deformação por armadura. Isso significa, dos wave paint, isso significa que eu posso deformar essa boca com armature deform, né? Deformação de armadura. Por conta dessa malha ser muito regular, eu vou conseguir fazer expressões muito facilmente com essas né? A partir dessa geometria e topologia de malha simples, elementar. E aí depois é que vem os shape keys e eles não passam por isso, eles não vão entrar no cálculo do armature deform, da deformação por armadura. Então essa é uma solução que eu encontrei para criar a anatomia por cima sem conflitar. Vai ter algum tipo de talvez ajustes a fazer, quem sabe, mas em princípio isso funcionou bem, eu testei. So, in principle, it works, but maybe we might have to make some additional inputs, of course, but Maybe not all expressions are rendered very well with that, but it doesn't matter. When I mean render, I mean they turn out perhaps it's not perfect, but it's much better I found to do like that than to struggle with the armature deform mount. So mount rigging, in my opinion, is the most difficult challenge in organic rigging I've ever seen. Mount rigging for cartoon expressions. Yeah, this is the most challenging thing. More challenging than eyelids, eyelashes, all that eye stuff. More challenging than pelvis, shoulders, complex joints. More challenging than, I don't know, wiggle physics, wiggle bones, whatever you want, like that physics for rigging that I've seen. Cloth rigging, yeah, cloth rigging is another nightmare. But this mount rigging is so far the most challenging, because here we're dealing with a hole in the mesh topology, and that needs a wide value of wide amount of expressions, maybe, depending on the character, right? Então a coisa mais difícil que eu já vi em rigging orgânico é rigging de boca. Mais difícil do que qualquer outra coisa que eu já tentei rigar. Mais difícil que rig de olhos com as pálpebras, cílios, e mais difícil que juntas complexas como a região pélvica, a região dos ombros, mais difícil do que mãos, mais difícil que qualquer outra coisa que eu já via, do que física, com cabelo, com roupas. Bom, rig de roupas pode ser bastante catastrófico mesmo, um pesadelo, mas acho que rig de boca é ainda mais complicado, porque tem que lidar com não só um buraco na topologia, mas as expressões, se a gente quiser que elas sejam boas mesmo, a gente vai precisar de uma certa precisão, né? Oh, this gives more light, so this is not bad. Aqui a gente tem mais luz, então isso, a vantagem daqui, além da luz, é que eu posso criar, por exemplo, a gente tinha materiais aqui, né? Yeah. So maybe I can create some lips here. Yeah. Lips, lábios, enfim, tem que escolher um idioma, né? Então vai para um idioma mais popular. So here, this color, of course, could give, I don't know, something else just to differentiate. And so we have here, we can probably paint this, another of these important loops. So here we see that that part, the height of the mouth is important here. From a front view, maybe here I've got to push this up. Talvez aqui seria melhor puxar isso para cima. Here, let's get it. Here maybe I could have more subdivisions. Now let's try to check here. So I'm tempted to bring this here. Maybe this, so here maybe we need to disconnect this thing. Aqui eu acho que eu vou precisar dar um jeito nessa, onde é que isso vai, porque isso aqui de repente seria melhor se começasse a ir para outro direcionamento, né? Aqui provavelmente vai faltar malha, a não ser que eu queira super simplificar isso aqui. Here we see that this shape is not being very good, right? So let's try to smooth this out and get so this is not too verticalized, but that's still good. Yeah, this is well enough verticalized. Here maybe this still goes down, so subdivide, and then we can connect here and here, except that here we, yeah, those loops are this color, maybe we don't use them, not yet. This one it will be all around the... So I'm gonna make something different. Aqui a gente vai fazer algo diferente. Eu quero que essa siga bem o contorno do maxilar, da linha do maxilar. So I want this to follow the maxillar line. So for this we'll have to do a good job here in finding the correct height of this. So this is a bit tricky, but we probably can get it done. Here I'm struggling with character design issues, but that looks like a good thing. I believe the mouth is not in the right position, so from the side view it should be on bottom here. In this kind of character design, the mouth is sort of oriented downwards, like aligned with this face. Aqui nesse character design, a boca eu acho que ela tem que ter mais embaixo, tá um pouco mais embaixo, inclusive não aqui, mas aqui. E ela tem um alinhamento perpendicular, mais ou menos, a isso. Então não é uma boca que vai reto, ela geralmente tende a ter uma inclinação aqui. Então, so maybe the nose here is a bit too high, and we can probably solve that here already. And aqui o nariz talvez esteja um pouquinho alto demais, e por isso que a gente acabou tendo esse problema aqui. Não, aqui eu não vou mexer. And so yeah, maybe I just push this down here, then we make some inclination, and then we see it's sort of matching with this thing here. And here we can, yeah, let's just smooth out this. This is a mess, but we can fix this. Should be simple. Então aqui a gente vai tentar só dar uma regularizada. Aparentemente eu estraguei algumas coisas aqui. Não, é só um... Yeah, okay, so just some stupid thing that happened with mirror. Let's merge at last. No, wrong vertex. So something clipped. So what I'm doing is just that I'm merge at last. Okay, then reclip, whatever. This is the technique that I found to unclip things. So subdivide, create a vertex, then you can merge at last. And so for some reason I'm picking the wrong one, but then just reconnect. There we go. Alright, and there, okay, there it clipped too, I guess. So no, this didn't clip. Aqui foi só uma pequena bagunça e pronto. So here let's try to fix that. Alright, looking good again, except this not here in the front, so we can, exceto aqui na frente. Vamos tentar regularizar isso aqui. Here, okay, so here we see that perhaps, yeah, we can... Vamos cortar aqui. And let's regularize this thing. So here we want to... Vamos usar isso aqui, para essa geometria essa, para criar essa a ponta aqui do focinho que é mais alto, e aí o resto a gente pode simplesmente talvez trazer tudo junto um pouco para cima, só trabalhar essa forma aqui que é bem peculiar nesse tipo de character design. So, aqui eu posso tentar fazer uma face loop em volta do nariz. So here it's an interesting face loop. I need to do around the nose, so I'm not sure exactly how it will be made, but we can... So this is a face loop that runs all around. This maybe go down, yes, so this can follow... yeah, so here's an interesting idea. So here let's try to get this to do something like that. On my other, no meu outro personagem, na minha outra personagem, I had the chin, the outer part and the lower part, so there will be a line that, you see this line here, so this is the edge of the chin, so the upper part and the lower part, que é a parte de cima e a parte de baixo. Então tem uma linha aqui, this is edge crease for the subdivision surface modifier, but isso aqui são os edge crease, mas não importa isso agora, o que importa é que ok, eu fiz esse face loop aqui, mas tem uma outra ideia que é pegar isso aqui. Eu acho que isso aqui é legal também. E essa aqui, elas vão sempre para o olho. Então não tem uma face loop aqui que vai para baixo, mas isso poderia ser bom. E esse aqui vai para o olho. Então esse aqui vai para cá. Então a gente tem essa formação do muzzle, em volta do muzzle, né? Mas não impediria que talvez eu tivesse alguma coisa assim indo para baixo. Vamos ver, né? We'll see. So here I need to try to have to make some choices which are technically, if the geometry is well enough, these differences in mesh topology shouldn't do much difference on the rig, on the armature deformed stuff. We'll be able to pull this part, push to deform this muzzle thing quite smooth anyway, so it doesn't really matter. It will be more artistic choice, right, of the puzzling part of this. Seria mais escolhas artísticas, né? Então aqui, por enquanto, vamos deixar assim. So for now, let's just do that, right? So just one like that, and maybe we can make this flat shorter, because whatever. Yeah, not good idea. Maybe let's just smooth out and make it more space here. Alright, so maybe it starts small here, but then it starts to, yeah, so we probably could have more subdivisions here too, but the important thing is that the mesh topology is being organized in a decent way. So here maybe like that. So okay, so around the nose we could start from that, and maybe here, yeah, so let's say, why is my tool like that? I don't like that. Looks like something is wrong. So we can try this thing, and yeah, so let's try to, I don't know how many faces I'll require here, but we can try something like that. Okay, let's try this to start with, then later we can just add more, right? So we can, you see I ended up with a with a pentagon here. Who wants that? So here we see that we are critically lacking extra face loops here, yeah, edge loops. So maybe this will be valuable. So these will be already eyelids, I think. Yeah, it goes inside the, you see the eye contour, the eye hole contour is there. Is not, this already would be already eyelids mesh, so must be careful about that. So maybe I can mark seam here so it becomes clear, and mark seam here so it becomes clear. So yeah, this is a good idea, and the rest I don't need mark seam, I guess. Yeah, yeah, probably not. So this is just the most important parts here. to be aware of. And also let's get some smooth here. What is that? Known? What's happening here? Alright, so let's smooth this out. Maybe push this back, especially this one. There we go. This push down. We probably need more topology. We cannot build this very well unless I try to do something really low poly. What about it, folks? Yeah, we can try, but that has a cost, because if we try to do full low poly, we might end up creating a mesh topology that is actually insufficient, that is wrong mesh topology, that doesn't help certain things we're trying to build. So maybe it's not a great idea to try to, let's do full low poly and then we subdivide more and then we make more work. Então talvez uma ideia fosse tentar criar uma super low poly topologia para depois tentar complexificar. Bom, não é tão simples assim, porque mesmo que eu tenha uma forma boa, nessa técnica de que eu estou fazendo tudo meio que simultâneo, né? É como se eu estivesse esculpindo e depois fazendo a retopologia, né? Eu estou fazendo tudo de uma vez só. Nessa abordagem, se eu começar tudo muito low poly, eu posso estar criando uma topologia ruim, e aí não serve para nada fazer isso. Não, quer dizer, dá uma ideia da forma, isso pode ajudar depois, mas pode também atrapalhar. Então, nessa abordagem, eu acho que não vale a pena. Por isso que eu estou tentando criar essas formas mais complexas, essa topologia mais complexa já de cara. So here, maybe we can play with that. And this we can push forward. And here you see, we can probably play with that. I think this can work. Alright, this is nice. Let's paint this on this color. Then here we can get this red, and I've lost this one. Alright, let's get it back, folks. Eu perdi isso aqui, vamos tentar trazer de volta. Aqui você viu, eu precisei talvez expandir, então aqui a gente vai começar a criar uma situação diferente. So here, probably what we get is that we're going to try to split this. Yeah, so here the nose bridge can be very important here. So I'm not sure about this, but then we can, if I want, rip this, doesn't matter. Here definitively would be good to have something. And so here maybe just extrude here and get something like that. And so now here we can get perhaps with I don't know, like that. And here we have a quad. Maybe we can connect this with other stuff. So I'm not sure about this quad, but for now it's valid. Esse quad ali não tenho certeza, mas ele pode causar alguns problemas. Yes, this quad will be probably problematic. Look, it has too many things to solve. So here, probably what we'll have to do here would be to work with more geometry. So here, let's push this up. We can start to give some rounded shape here, although the idea is that it will be connecting there, right? So here we see that this needs to go there, and here this will have some choice, maybe. So on my other character, this can go lower the ear, but maybe isso aqui pode ir atrás da orelha também, ou embaixo da orelha. this can go below the ear, but maybe I have a better idea here, so let's try. Usually I kind of like this idea here. Eu tenho gostado dessa ideia aqui. Então, and then we have more possibilities for behind the ear to connecting stuff. So here we have this. This of course is some sort of the back side. I can make a parte como se fosse meio que uma parte de trás aqui, mas então essa parte pode ser bem confusa mesmo. Ela tem muitas jeitos de fazer, eu não lembro agora como é que eu resolvi isso exatamente, mas a ideia, como é uma coisa meio circular, é fazer uns loops aqui bizarros. Trying to make some loops here around this shape, so that can probably work, and we'll see how it goes. So maybe here we can, let's see, I don't think this is accurate. Let's see. Yeah, this is a bit bizarre. No, let's try. Alright, I see what's happening here. So let's leave it like that for now. We can try to smooth out these faces. Tentar smoothar isso aqui. Então, essa a gente continua tendo isso, mas aqui a gente já pode dar já pode tentar resolver isso aqui. Alright, so here we kind of solve the nose part. Alright, so we'll start to get good shapes on that area, and so you see how the cheek here needs to go, right? Sort of all this may count as a cheek, very puffy cheek. Então, você vê com a bochecha que ela pode ter uma importância grande. Então eu tenho que ter meio que essas voltas aqui. So to make this loop properly, we are lacking face loops for that. So in that part of the, so maybe I can protrude this extrude from other places. Let's check our other character here just for a moment. Okay, so we see that nothing here goes back indeed. So they all go under. Então eles vão todos por baixo aqui. Tudo que dá volta aqui vai meio que por baixo do nariz e não por cima. Eu não tenho nenhuma face aqui que pega aqui e dá a volta. Poderia ter, mas as que saem daqui elas estão mais concentradas para dar a volta no olho, que é muito importante. Então eu não tenho certeza absoluta, mas parece que isso dá certo. Mas eu teria que fazer mais experimentos, né? So as you see, there's nothing here that loops from the nose bridge to under here. All that bridge that follows from this usually goes around the eyes. So it's not. They will all go below the nose here. This one. So I don't have something that goes here and then under the nose bridge, because maybe this is not necessary after all. But I'm having some problem with the deformations of the skin under the eye, and I'm not sure yet uh, if it's a problem of the character design of the eyes rig or the mesh topology. Maybe I could, if I made different mesh topology here, maybe it could be better. I don't know. Could be just a geometry thing. Yeah, so this part is still very complicated. This doesn't matter too much, doesn't appear much, and yes, so let's go back. Então, eu poderia tentar fazer algo diferente dessa vez, né? So maybe I could try to do something slightly different, and maybe if it offers good results, why not keep it? So, however, I'm struggling with some shapes here. Let's try to improve this overall shapes. E claro, o problema ainda está sendo da falta de geometria aqui, que está sendo bem ruim, né? Eu não queria criar essas. Alright, so what I can do for now, yeah, I'll create that, but I sort of don't like creating mesh topology for extra geometry for the eyelids. But it's not, yeah, it's not the end of the world. So let's do this for now, and so maybe we can try to connect these things and making those hard choice, whatever. So maybe we can here approximate this. What about here? Can we connect this? Yeah, this can work, except that we end up with a trigon, but that's okay. We can probably do something about this. Now again, same problem. This is a dangerous face, folks. Acho que isso aqui não vai dar muito certo. Eu tenho que achar um jeito de fazer isso continuar. Just trying. Now this will be very easy to break, right? So okay, so for now I'm not sure about this part. Let's leave it for later. Yeah, so we don't know how to handle that yet. Let's see how we solve that and the other. Now face loops. Okay, that is the face loop. We see how lots of face loops moving, and of course the mesh topology around the nose is slightly different. It follows from the side and then it opens up. Alright, I see. And all this goes down. Yeah, this still interesting. This still breeds around on this thing. So it's like this face. Yeah, I don't have this, but the idea would be this thing would go. How this thing would go down, right? So it's something about this thing. Yeah. So this will be like the continuation up, and we would have face loops here that we don't have right now, but not too difficult to conceive. They cross here, so this is wrong. So we have regularity here and merge here. Okay, so this would be a face loop that would try to go down here. Maybe we want, yeah, no choice here. Let's make this and that. No, Yeah, okay, if I try to mimic everything, it wouldn't be good, right? So the idea would be to be able to reproduce something uh, well enough without having to rely on every single copy, right, of oh, I see. Why I need that? I can go direct. Oh no, no, that doesn't work. Alright, so well, maybe it doesn't work because aha! Alright. There's a star here. 5-star pole. This would shrink, but this is okay. This is an area that can shrink. It's like if we approximate here, it could be more valuable. So if it shrink more close to the nose, which is a good thing anatomically speaking. So let's see, we could perhaps make some adjustments here, and here we can play with that. Yes. And what about this? Yeah, so you see we're going very strong in those small details. Maybe this is excessive, but actually if I can solve this design, this basic design here in 3D, this is worth all the time, right? If I get good results here, it really works a lot. So it's not like, it's not necessarily wrong to do this at this moment, because we are sort of solving a very complicated problem. And here we see this, however, could be a strange thing. So here I think I'm lacking geometry again. This is perhaps why we need to make this. Aqui talvez eu esteja de novo faltando geometria, para a densidade de geometria, para poder fazer essas subdivisões, essa estrela aqui não ficar tão dramática. Então ela vai ter uma função mais ou menos tipo essa daqui. Elas vão afundar na deformação, só que esse afundamento ele não precisa ser tão crítico, ele pode ser esse aqui mais próximo do nariz e esse aqui mais próximo da boca. É como se a musculatura da boca, né, tá em volta disso. Então e depois isso aqui pode voltar a estufar, né, puffy cheeks here. So we're trying to get those things closer. So if they shrink too much because of a star pole, at least they're here and here, they'll be closer to some structure that will make sense to shrink. Of course we can ultimately, of course, there are ways to solve to counter this shrinking with other rigging features, but if we can have good input from mesh topology already, that is good. So uma coisa aqui que pode ser interessante seria começar a ter essas visões de vários ângulos para ver se as formas estão ficando adequadas, né? Porque é bem desafiante, na verdade. Aqui, claro, está muito reto, né? Então eu tenho que this is all too flat, right? So maybe I need here to start to get all this in a more natural overall shape, right, folks? So here, let's try to shape this muzzle in some sort of more natural way, not ignoring all that we've done, but now they have some better geometry and mesh topology there, we can certainly do this kind of generic workout here. Então vamos desenvolver essa parte aqui. Agora fica com proportional editing, fica mais fácil com essa topologia tentar resolver as coisas, né? Here probably this is a bad idea. We want to this we want probably to loop around something more relevant. So aqui provavelmente eu quero fazer esse loop em cima de, aproveitando algumas estruturas mais interessantes. Então isso aqui eu não quero fazer de qualquer jeito. Vou conectar só porque dá, não. Let's not be hasty in connecting stuff. We are trying to get something that would make more sense for the shapes. As a rule of thumb in mesh topology, there is this three-dimensional thing, right? So if we have something that extrudes, then you have a pole. Well, not necessarily, but what I mean is that if we have a shape that is, things needs to loop around something, then we need to configure the mesh topology to run around that thing that is, it doesn't need to be an extrusion like that, but it can be just a shape like that, that we can develop around it. Então não precisa ser objeto que está criando, tipo, não precisa ser uma extrusão, tipo aqui, mas pode ser simplesmente, por exemplo, essa parte aqui, essa bochecha, essa feição aqui, que é a extremidade, né, da pomo de Adão, talvez a parte de cima, the cheekbone and the jawbone would be more under it. So this double structure here is very stylized, of course. We can use concepts of mesh topology to build around it. So you can start very simple like that, and then from it start to build some logic. So for example, geometrical, well, topology logical, right? You see? So running around, right? Então dando a volta aqui. Tá, só com isso eu já resolvi mais ou menos como é que vai ser os face loops, as face loops que vão sair daqui. So just by doing this and understanding the shape and maybe the flows, and with some simple elegant technique, we can, based on the what we do with a shape that is protruding, even if it doesn't mean that it's creating more geometry like on another dimension. Well, you see, this is 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we build the geometry to work on top, around the shapes, right? Around the shapes that we want. So here we could, for example, why not? Let's try to merge here and see what that causes. That can be interesting because we are simplifying the mesh. Then perhaps we could try to connect something here. Yeah, this is plausible. Dá pra fazer isso, sim. Yeah, this is acceptable. You see, the ear would go there. So for example, let's see what this gives us. Something like that. So this goes, interesting, right? Goes on top of the ear, then on the bottom of the ear, then it goes all around here, this is good because this kind of geometry is exactly the kind of mesh topology that this will shrink, because there's the pole here, there might be a pole here, but this face will shrink to hell. This is hell. But here it could be useful because we want that to shrink. Então esse tipo de faces aqui, dupla face, é um troço catastrófico em várias situações de rig, porque isso aqui vai afundar. Tem um polo de 5 estrelas aqui, né? Um polo de 5, como é que se diz? De arestas, né? Esse é o polo, e aqui então ele vai afundar, só que aí isso é um desastre muitas vezes em rig, porque essa dupla face não consegue alinhar ela direito, ela fica afundando. Só que aqui nesse caso a gente quer justamente que isso afunde. So this is very interesting, and so here we can push this forward, right? We can probably try to smooth this out, try to get some maybe we'll have some problem here, I don't know, but the idea is that we have at least something here. Maybe we need another loop around here. Yeah, since we have this, alright, let's go. And why not, let's try to can we mirror that? Eu tô tentando fazer o contrário aqui disso. Não sei se vai dar certo, mas I think this is not exactly the same structure. Yeah, maybe I was a bit precipitated. I need, let's see. Okay, let's give this, no, this is the same color. I need another color for that, maybe red. Okay, this is more likely. So here, yeah, this passed through here. That's a bit bizarre, but if we smooth this out, yeah, this can work, whatever. Then, of course, what about this? So we have like 1, 2, 3. Okay, these are regular stuff. Isso aqui é regular, esses 3. Depois eu tenho aqui, outro aqui. Daí eu tenho aqui e outro aqui. Okay, so this means that this must connect here. And then this makes us have a circular loop here, and this is oh, there's something here that is different, folks. Yeah, so maybe we need to do something about this. Yeah, I knew something was odd about that. Okay, so this goes below, and this. Okay, so I have a crossing structure here, right, folks? But in the end, it doesn't match exactly what we did, but you see what is happening, right? We have, this is the most important thing for this feature, I think, because it gets circular. We could improve here, right? We could maybe redo how this is organized, right? But this is particularly relevant. So what we can do here is just give this a, and so yeah, not very. Let's try to make some sort of crazy thing here, like, what else can we do about that? So maybe that. And here we have, of course, bad shape, but I cannot. Okay, maybe we can try that. Subdivide. All right, so I have. No, this is wrong. This is wrong. So, what did I did wrong here? As a straight. Okay. Dissolve. We need to have probably that this is simple, it's just that I'm a bit confused here on how to get around this. We don't really care what's outside right now, a gente não se importa que tá do lado de fora agora, a gente só quer regularizar isso aqui. So basically we need to, yeah, this thing. Alright, so here is the mistake, and here we can. So it was more an inner thing. Então era mais uma coisa interna. So, okay, but we did all that and now we have this. We don't need that. Okay, so here let's paint like that. So, então vocês viram que eu dei uma simplificada, né? Que no final resultou na mesma estrutura, só que agora, claro, eu tô sem face loops aqui, então talvez seja melhor manter isso e só dar uma. It feels a bit odd right now, but maybe this is good. Essa é uma outra forma de fazer. Acho que funciona legal. So let's see what we have here. So alright, this is going to the chin, so I like that. So this was the original idea. Let's get this an overarching thing. Okay, so this will be more important, maybe. No, doesn't matter. Let's keep like that, or maybe. It's hard to choose. So to choose. So let's do this. This one would be. Can be like that, and then we get this can be red. Let's also change the order here. And so what is this? Okay, this one doesn't have a, and this, if we want, yeah, whatever, we can keep the same color there, so we see that. And this is, yeah, so this is pretty logical, let's say. And yeah, we could try to make it reach there, but we are not doing this because of these others, right? So not so much because of this one. Nice loops, what's the character? Hello, BP 326, welcome. So thanks, this is yeah, cartoony character like this. Hold on, I've been experimenting with those mesh topology and studying for a long time. Let's see, yeah, it's still very low poly. We can, let's see, the model sheets are here. Let's see. This is a character for no, there's a back view. Yeah, so something like that. It's a cartoon character that I'm making for a project. It's not any particular, like the hair is very messy. I'm not sure how it will she will have a ponytail. Yeah, I already have this character here, which I'm using as a reference for the process, right? This character is named yeah, this is a real character, let's say. This one is more like the other one is just an iteration, whatever, of a secondary character that currently has no name. It's made on my style, right? This so here, if I show you the view, where is the annotations. So you have some. So this character here would have. Yeah, there's some different. Let's see the. Yeah, let's hide everything here. And just see the model sheet. So this style here. So I don't see the. We don't see the hair, I think. What's happened to the... Okay, maybe it's hidden. Okay, maybe there's no hair here. Maybe it's on a gray pencil part. So it's not annotations anymore. It's some gray pencil. Yeah, here. Probably here. Let's see. It should be here. And also it must be on some part of the timeline, I think. Beginning. Should be, but I don't see it. So yeah, never. No, this is not the timeline exactly where the keyframe of the grease pencil is. Yeah, the keyframe is there, but why it is not visible with the hair, I'm not sure. Okay, never mind. So anyways, this is the character that yeah, maybe I've already modeled the hair, so I didn't bother. So so it's a, let's go back to the model, and of course for this reference I'm using, so I'm using this for the mesh geometry, right, the mesh topology, all that, but I'm trying to rebuild from scratch, right, to see the working process. I'm not gonna make different, also the shapes are slightly different, but the body, yes, today we're gonna reach for the body, right, so that should be fun. I'm extending too much on the face because this will it's crucial for this character design, and since we started with the head, I think it will be okay to solve this. We are nearly finishing, by the way, so it's just that the chin, the neck, the chin, the neck, and the muzzle part, yeah, we still can call that this character has got a muzzle. Yeah, it will be something like that. And here we're gonna explore the potentiality of using a 3/4 reference, so that can be also useful, but it's not. So I have the 3/4, you have a front or a side view. You just have so front and side. So let's augment the opacity of the front, of the side. So here we see, yeah, we already see that some things are not matching. I should redraw that. I'll do later. So I have a final model sheet with annotations, converted into grease pencil. Maybe it will be safer later on. Then I'll have a new model sheet that would be the conclusive sort of model sheet from those drafts, 2D drafts, right, which are good to start with, but it's very hard for adaptation. I hate drawing model sheets, by the way. I prefer free drawing, it's much better. So and drawing the tablet graphic palette is not very, at least the ones I use, is not very easy. So here, okay, we see the front, the side, we see not everything is matching, but we were solving those problematics in 3D, and then from a 3/4 we take each one of the front or side, and then we count 1, 2, 3, and so this will be the sort. So we see that the cheekbone is not matching, and probably it shouldn't match anyways. Here the positioning of the eye or the nose, maybe the nose could be slightly back, Okay, I have done something similar with the VR chat model. Completely were made from reference so I could learn the process. Yes, yes, exactly. It's good to have a lot of uh, make lots of characters, right, like that to really get good at it. Because if we get rusty, right, if we don't, for a long time I have been only rigging characters, right, so now but I have a cast of characters. I like those styles, right, that I need to create a lot of them. And then this is the, let's say, the first then if you have that character somewhere, if you post in somewhere, just I'm curious to see what it looks like. Yeah, VR chat characters, I have an idea what they look like, but I think they are very personalized, right? So they can be anything, I guess. Very good characters out of that thing, I guess. So here, let's move. I sense that this can be, yeah, we can display here. So this is full 3D, right? I'm not even looking at the side here. So I'm displacing on purpose. We're trying to get something more. So I want to make this small curve here. I don't know what is this. This is probably an old edge. Yes. So yeah, this small curve here is probably wrong. Yes, so good regularity for the mouth. Then here we can try to push this forward a little. This may push back because this side, maybe they are protruding in a wrong way. Let's push this like that. And this is very important. So here, this is the part that I often find confused. I need to, often when I model those characters, the cheeks, they tend to be too much on the back, but actually they need to protrude. As bochechas têm que ir para frente e isso começa desde aqui, de certo modo. Então não é essas coisas descendo aqui. So it's not, and this protrusion of the cheek, they sort of start right under the eye, so they cannot just the eye be like that. So this is why I need to try to take advantage of what I have here, whatever I have here, to try to build those big cheeks or muzzle shapes, right? So maybe that means that I need to reduce the amount of yeah. So of course, with the subdivision surface modifier, which is not enabled right now, I could probably get some extra subdivision that would be crucial here to have, right? So right now this turned out to be maybe not too important. Who knows? Yeah, maybe yes. And so here we could try to connect here. So is the question here, should we make another one here? Not sure, but we see that we are having problem with the splitting here. So this face cannot be too big. I think this works, yeah. So there are some spacing here that we have to decide. This sounds okay. And now this. Okay, I see. So we can get this to reach. Here we can make a subdivision so that we do not have to, or not. If we don't, that means that this should reach directly that part. So that will be very bizarre, right? And so let's try to use this. Yeah, proportional posing. Now we see. So you see what can work here. So we need to protrude this thing, of course on the correct height. Aqui a gente tem que levar para frente essa parte, né? Mas também sem descuidar a altura. And you see we lack geometry here. No, not so much. Eu estava dizendo, talvez a gente estaria faltando geometria para criar uma forma ali, mas nem tanto assim. Até com low poly dá para trazer isso aqui. But it's not very good right now. So let's try to redistribute this mesh in a more intelligent way. Vamos tentar organizar essa malha de uma maneira mais interessante, mais inteligente. So here maybe we can play with that. Yes, this, and then here, that sounds good. This we can push back, so we can sort of smooth this whole structure. Let's look how that would be from various angles. On a back view, this character looks very strange, so bottom view, right? So maybe it will be the case to use corrective shape keys on a very special technique to make these adaptations, but this is the longer future. So unfortunately in 3D adaptations it might be very hard to get those shapes right on every angle. Some angles are just too bad to look at certain characters, right? So yeah, so the eye needs to be protruded. Maybe I'm exaggerating the size of this muzzle whole thing, so let's try to... Talvez eu esteja exagerando o tamanho de tudo isso, então vamos tentar só uma pequena maneirar um pouco aqui. Alright, so here we got something like here. Yes, we can alright, so we're gonna start. The time is coming for closing up those face loops here, and so this can be challenging, so let's see, because I'm never sure. Okay, can this work? Yeah, but what about another one here? We'll see that later. And then of course this doesn't work, right? Maybe this can connect to here. Why not? So you have like circular thing, right? So that will be like that can be a solution. So we are, instead of getting all this down, they are looping around the nose, right? So this can be a good approach, maybe. This is probably wrong. We need, yeah, always I'm struggling here with lack of geometry in that area, but that's okay. So provide we don't mess up with this one, because it can be very easy to mess up this thing. Yeah, this is particularly dangerous. Esse aqui tá um pouquinho esquisito. Isso aqui pode ser perigoso, mas yeah. So maybe this is doesn't feel right. But yes, we can still connect this to that, but not with, certainly not with that geometry. So let's try to yeah, so we can try to, let's see. So this face loop, yeah, this can work. We could certainly add some thing like that. Yeah, why not? So that would be, that won't be dumb. It'll be very predictable to do. I guess isso seria bastante previsível, essa conexão aqui, essa... É claro que aqui, okay, so maybe we can try something like that. Then here, okay, so this is certainly bizarre, right? It is, unless, yeah, so we shape this thing very crazily, right? So there is this idea, we can push this up, like so. We're gonna try to orient the geometry. So it's not so much about the mesh topology here, but about the, we can do that topology wise, but this could be a way to have perhaps a better look. So this thing gets, like you have a flow that is sort of like this, and so this could help giving this character some better outlook from other angles, so it won't look like that it is too that it has a lot of mass here, which is doesn't look good from certain angles. If we get having this impression that this could be helpful, so it's like pushing this upwards, exaggerating these shapes here, exagerar essas formas aqui, né, da bochecha, trazer tudo para cima, apesar dessa topologia de malha não ser ideal favorecendo isso, isso poderia ajudar para resolver alguns ângulos esquisitos, sobretudo ângulos inferiores e coisas assim. So here we could try to connect here. Yes. So you see, instead of this one, we connected to this one. And here, why not? So you still go on this way. Oh, that's, I think I've never done that before. Interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. As Spock says in an episode of Star Trek. Very interesting. Very interesting. It's called, the episode is done the second season of the first Star Trek stuff, the 70s series, I think. So it's like, yeah, I don't forget. If I remember the name right now, I'll tell you. Alright. Looking okay. Okay, so let's try to... I'll show you the technique of the... Vou mostrar para vocês a técnica muito simples de criar um shape key para desenvolver a anatomia da boca. So basically, that would be... of course, I cannot do that. I would need... Okay, no. How to do that? Probably I'll need... Yeah, so let's do this. Yeah, so I'll take care about the lips later. It doesn't matter. I mean, the whatever mesh for the lips, I can think about it later, but for now I'm just gonna get a simple shape key to grow the lips, literally grow the lips. No, it's not this one, it's the inner one, so this, but we just want the bottom part. and here, yeah, probably here we want more. We should have more geometry. Oh, the time is up, so I'm already on 1 hour and a half doing this, which is quite a lot, but not for me, but for a live stream. So that I would ideally do. So I should be stopped, but I'll try to do a little more. Let's give myself more 30 minutes here, folks. Vou me dar mais 30 minutos para continuar trabalhando e tentar concluir a boca, né? A cabeça, né? E aí a gente pode tentar ir para o corpo. Yeah, this was... okay, so remember this is shape key, so I'm not dealing with mesh topology here. And here, let's push this, yes, something like that, push this, and you see that we can have some, start shaping some, okay, this is probably will be required, right, so we don't bother, so here I can probably, so let's turn back here, let's bring this closer to, so Alt S, I think, no? How do you do that? Alright, so let's do one by one. I'm just trying to approach this to the center, so this will be like this very important edge ring, so it can help develop the lips, right? This is still the skin. The lips is another part that will grow from that part. So already creating this part that gets back, slightly back, right? This also maybe. Alright, and this can be closer maybe. And that, these, okay. And then if we go here, that will be start shaping the anatomy of the lips without caring about the deforms. Então aqui a gente poderia estar começando a trabalhar a anatomia dos lábios sem se preocupar com as deformações, porque eles são os morphs. Eles não vão interferir diretamente, pelo menos com que são shape keys. Então isso aqui é uma técnica que pode ajudar a irrigar a boca, lábios, né? And okay, let's leave it like as this for now. You see how that can help in, but actually what will gonna be rigged is this. Mas o que vai ser irrigado vai ser essa forma aqui. Of course, we could get better. Então eu não vou ficar aqui, eu vou ficar no basis. We'll work from the basis so that we can avoid mistakes. In another Blender version, there's a way to lock the shape key so we can avoid problems. Yeah, and so currently I don't have it, so bad things can happen. So I'm trying to do the best I can to avoid. Yeah, and still it's editable apparently. So I don't know how to lock that currently, so just must be aware of that. Hopefully the new version, I think Blender 4. Yeah, Blender 4.2 will have solved that and bring that new feature, which will be very, very good. Shape keys are very powerful, but they need so many improvements, right? To make them even more handy for many projects. I don't use them a lot for corrective methods, for example, because I feel like, oh, so here's something we can do. We can just hide something and then we can use the proportional editing to solve the mesh shapes without actually changing some of the, yeah, then of course this can happen, so I might have to fix that, but at least we didn't touch those vertices, right? So let's bring this slightly back. Maybe this we need to bring up. So here I was talking about, aqui que eu estava falando da questão de como essa parte aqui às vezes é difícil, porque ela já tem que começar mais assim mesmo. Alright, so here we have this shape, which is maybe an exaggeration here. Maybe this is not so good in this way. Yeah, it's just that the mesh is a bit distorted here, more than I want. Aqui talvez eu tenha distorcido demais, então talvez não tenha sido tão boa ideia assim. Vamos tentar ajustar aqui. Let's try to adjust whatever we can from here. Maybe this rotation can be good. So push the skin here. I'm not sure that's a good idea. Let's be careful about the eye. Okay, just this small movement won't be too dangerous. We don't have eyelids yet. A gente não tem pálpebras ainda, então isso não é necessariamente muito problemático. Maybe we can expand these. And here we can try to get, yes, so this face loop, where it go? Oh no, this is the ear face loop. Okay, so this goes around the ear, so we can have something like material for that. We can try, I don't know, red, so no, red not, so this one. Alright, I'm just marking that is the limit of the ear, so you see things start to get connected. This is the outer there, maybe for yeah, I'm not sure here. Things start to get a little confusing here, but actually where does that goes? No, that can be alright. Let's give, okay, let's deselect this, deselect the red, deselect the blue, and let's give it some, do you have any other color? No, let's just assign this white. Okay, we did, but deselect, deselect, oh, the blue. Okay, so just do that, and here maybe we just want, yeah, this blue. Now this is sort of confusing, so we can try here to give this, even though it's not really what I want. Let's give this. Oh no, they're crossed there, so we're starting to lack those materials here, so duplicate, so this loop would be, I don't know, a third like that, so we can do that, yeah, and then so here we are starting to have some very large faces that might not deform very well, but if I were to subdivide, there's not too many, yeah, I have to cross all the ways So yeah, and I think this is working. There's some cute vision from this sort of angle, I think. So that is sort of working. Now let's the front view is a bit problematic apparently. Why this is showing like that? So this is an uncompleted face loop. What's happening here? So okay, so here's have the nose. Then we have something that loops around. Okay, so this would be this one. This is unfinished, right? So this is not relevant. This is also not relevant, of course, if we, yeah, so as requires some time to organize. This can be blue. This blue is more important, and this also is on this blue, and this is a bit annoying. Let's try to, yeah, but there's not too much to do here. Basically those face loops here are a bit crazy, but they should, yeah, this makes some this thing looks like a vampire thing, dog creature, I don't know, cat, dog, whatever. So mesh topology running for the along the top upper canine. So this is too bold. Let's try to readjust. So just scale and rotate here. Oops, what did I do? So we can play with those shapes and see what looks better. Of course, this will be better if we did that from multiple angles, right? Otherwise we are not sure what we are doing to the character. So I want to make her more angular, right? So a more angular character, and the character design, this can be also more angular. We did I make some smile on her mouth? Yeah, I did. So this was a mistake. The mouth should be sort of neutral, and to solve this I'll have to probably have to get this thing like here. Yeah, so yeah, so smooth out, and probably, yeah, there will be smarter ways to make those things. And it's a bit hard because we have already some shape keys, so I'm certainly making some progress of the anatomy, but at least we're getting, yeah, so we can probably try to use this, and let's check. Okay, this is more neutral. We can improve that neutrality later, the regularity I mean. And here let's try to get this mesh under the mouth a bit more correct, like that. Need to align those things, and here we can get some small curve here, not too much though. It does look like that the chin is a bit too large again. It feels like the mouth is too much at the top of the face. So let's try to get something like that. I seriously, I don't know what happened. I have this feeling that something is odd from this angle. Yes, so maybe it's because I've made some adjustment that was so yeah, it nearly still looks strange, so let's try more here to the bottom. I don't here it really would be good to have a character design. So very inclined here. Here it's very important that the mesh that is here doesn't get too tiny, too narrow too fast, because we need some shape here that is more, yeah, we cannot just narrow this too much immediately. We need to have the chin slightly more flash here, right? So otherwise it will be too strange, right? So we need some sort of, can't just run all the way on that direction as it was. So let's make here alright. So there's some strength, of course, in great deal. I think it is the lack of geometry here. Maybe I should do something like that right in the end. So let's do this, and let's reapproximate. Yeah, let's make some work here of expanding this to the right. So this was something that was lacking. We needed a better mesh density for this area. So let's expand all this to the sides, right? So including here, so this we can rework these ones, right? But the important thing is that we have more space now for this, right? So yeah, these ones here don't need to get too far from the eye, but yeah, this one probably required. So yeah, we got some more space to work here. And this perhaps is something, yeah, it's just an extra face loop, but the area of the eyes is around the eyes is very expressive. So it's good that it might be important to get good there, despite the fact we already got how to say the so this is already eyelids, right? So let's give we don't see very well the seam there, so we need another color here. Yes, alright, this might be better. Okay, then what about here? So we have this side. So this will be the side. You see there are only 2 on one side and 3 on the other. This is not good. This won't give regularity for the character design. So, and at the top we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Now at the bottom we just have 3. So unless we count that this one would be the one of the top. So yes, there is this possibility. So the problem is that maybe the nose is, that part here also is lacking some Yeah, but I'm not sure. So for now, yeah, let's dissolve that and let's try to keep that and whatever. We'll see. Um, this part here is a bit problematic. I'm sure there's something better about mesh topology here that I'm missing, but I can't figure it out right now. So this is ugly. We need to try to address this in a better way. But this is platform here. This is quite important. So let's try to get this thing up here. Good idea. And we've lost the color here, the loop. And if I try to turn, yes, this face here, maybe this is somewhat anatomically correct, although it shouldn't be that far, but you get the idea. This is like some part of the right. Of course, usually that will be closer to the mouth, right? Much closer, but we got this protrusion of the bottom of the mouth region. And in principle, this is looking, except for this, but this may be just a bad impression that this thing is, yeah, it's flattened out in a strange way actually. And here too, so I dislike this thing. I cannot just dismiss those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, there's some. Yeah, I don't think this is too critical, but we can probably try to. What if we? Is there something that we can do about that? Now I have a trigon here. Not absolutely wrong to have a trigon here. Actually, this can be, or here. Yeah, the nose doesn't deform too much, so yeah, it's ugly, but maybe no, it's not. This actually can be smart, folks. Yeah, will depend on the deform. I believe this can work. So where's the trigon? Oh, there's another trigon. So I'm not sure about those trigons, so the problem here is that, but we simplified some stuff that sounded largely annoying. And here what I'm not satisfied is how those particular faces are oriented. They seem to be it's like they are all flat and in the same height. That's very bad. So I want something more curvy, and so I believe what I'm lacking was some sort of more aggressive character design here. Aggressive in the sense like more dynamism here. And so maybe we can try something. What about merging that? I don't know. Yeah. So one trigon down. And then yeah, we end up with this strange face, but that's okay. We can, I think now we can sort of work with that. And here, yeah, so maybe here we try to get this thing, push this up. Oh, now we have a trigon here, so yeah, let's try to push this to some extreme here. and get this sort of thing like here, maybe, yeah, maybe exaggerating this thing, yeah, provided get some, maybe pushing this up, and then smoothing this out, smoothing this out, smoothing this, pushing, yeah, let's make some reorganization here. Maybe the idea of the chin here is likely the same of the side view, so you might have to get something like that starts pointy, then starts to stretch out like that, and then it starts to smooth out like that, and circularly, and then it goes up like suddenly, so something like that. So then we have this, yeah, maybe no, this is a bad curve, but you get this idea. So you could try to mimic that, but it's very subtle, should be very subtle. Yeah, not subtle enough. Yeah, extremely subtle, in a way that I cannot make. Okay, let's try. Yeah, it's barely non-existent then. If it's to be that subtle, it will be barely non-existent. Yeah, we see there. Let's try it again. Alright, and then that is less subtle maybe. Yeah, so you can get puffy here, and then suddenly it goes more dramatically up. And then let's reduce this face maybe. Try to scale it down so it can sort of start to try to collapse everything else. Here we could try to push this outwards, and yes, and okay, this triangle, this will cause problems, so we have to handle that. So let's try something like that. I'm not satisfied that. What if we cross this? We'll, of course, we'll be pushing the trigon up, but the idea is that we're starting to connect to there, and this is a better crossing, maybe orientation for crossing than that. Now we have the trigon again, but then we reach the problem where, oh, hold on, this is not yet an important one, so you can mess up with this one. So here again we can try to like connect this here, and so this means that we can, yeah, let's try to delete that. Let's see if we can sort of connect here with yeah, so what does that do? Yeah, this tries to reach there, right? So I see something here. Yeah, if I can get this face to sort of reach there, that would be interesting. Okay, nearly finishing this approach. The problem is that it got this, so I need perhaps to get so first we got this one, right? And so I could try like, okay, let's connect here, whatever. So these are faces a bit too big, but they are interesting in orientation. So we can play a lot with these. Yeah, I think this is an interesting proposition. So now these faces are very strong at expanding some yeah, you got the idea, I hope. But at a cost, this angle gets a bit problematic. Let's try to push this forward. Here we have too many stuff collapsing here on this pole. Time's ending, but I need to finish this, folks. So what about this? Okay, so the idea would be to try to, so you have the ear and we have that. So the ear goes like this, going up, right? Sort of. So this is okay, and then this could go here, or yeah, most logical thing would have, we cannot cut that, but let's select by material. No, I can't, it doesn't work. So alright, I cannot destroy this, so what I'm going to do is I'll probably have to make subdivision here, so this still loops there, so we don't lose this precious face loop, and we still got something to work here. Now we need to decide, well, I want to look from here, right? So this sort of worked, and then we got this strange face which is dangerous. We need to maybe just redistribute some things here. Maybe this thing we can redistribute here, and yeah, some faces here are a bit too bizarre. We still have the problem here that is shaping badly, but we got something here that can be useful if we are able to make this sort of shapes here. Not sure. And yeah, so I don't like excessive subdivisions there, but that shouldn't cause too much problems. And then the ear here goes to the eye. That's acceptable, and this goes down. Okay, but we have this problem here, too much large faces here, and of course subdivision surface modifier here should improve this. If we use it, of course, we would like to have the, so here, to look at this properly, we might need the optimal display. So let's see, yeah, of course, yeah, the problem here that I ended up having on this card is because of the eye, right? The eye is angular like that with some little amount of loops. It tended to make the overall shapes a bit too flat here. So that's something I wasn't able to resolve properly yet, but otherwise all the rest in principle should work. I mean, we should be able to rig this with fairly well, but yeah, the shapes are still not that good. The character design is not fitting well. Probably here we need to do the same thing that I did, that I was trying to do about regarding the cheeks, right? So we need probably to protrude. Aqui provavelmente eu preciso fazer a mesma coisa que eu estava tentando fazer para essa parte, né? quer expandir, mas tem que tomar cuidado. E aqui a mesma coisa para o olho, né? Isso aqui vai para so here I should be taking a look at the character design, right? Because this could start to become a mess if I start to play too much with this. So here we have 3. Yeah, I think I want to do that because at this point those certain faces here are really large and annoying, so I think this is a requirement. More geometry should be nice. So here we have questions, like a top view like this is bizarre, right? So here let's try, I'm not sure, yeah. Let's push this, no, let's push this back a little. Okay, eye holes, maybe that's fine. And yeah, still flat. that thing that doesn't look good. Whatever I do is still never good enough. So okay, a little better now, but I cannot be moving that like I'm doing it, just distorting the position of the eyes, of the eye holes. This is very bad, but it's simple to readjust, right? So that's fine, that's fine. Here maybe we got some, let's use the frontal model sheet, right, and see. Also let's get some flat vision over there. Yeah, it's already on flat. Let's try to take off here. Okay, so here's this stuff here, doesn't look quite good, and the shading. Let's try to smooth out these faces here, and here too. Still a little strange what's happening here, but maybe that's normal because we've made too much. Yeah, we have to solve this part in some way. I'm struggling with that, but it's starting to look good. Of course we're not using, although we have subdivision, yeah, we don't have the crease. So, oh, what happened there? Now these faces are very bad. Oh, this, oh, I see. Okay, maybe this needs to approach here. Yeah, we need to try to, I see, I see. Here we got some nasty problem where the orientation, it will be the case of more subdivision here, or unless I can redistribute this mesh in a smarter way. So here let's try to push this up. Então, eu tenho que tentar redistribuir aqui a malha, porque tá, se eu não quiser criar uma outra 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no, that's okay. Yeah, this looks complicated now because let's try to open up this. All right. No. Yeah, so this orientation here, this gets complicated. This can cause trouble in rigging. So this bad face there. But the shapes are getting better, I think. Yeah, need to be careful about that. Maybe I see. Let's try to push this. Dissolve this again. Let's augment these faces here. Alright, so yeah, we need to reduce this perhaps and scale this down. These two, like that. Let's try to push. Yeah, no, it's just a relational thing, so it doesn't matter. What is this color? This color is, yeah, let's just deselect that, paint that white, and oh no, actually this is a good one. It's a good loop. Let's use this instead, and here instead of this color, let's get we're out of colors for that. Yeah, so use the lips color. Bad idea, no. So let's skip the red, and this is wrong, it goes there, but we don't have anything better right now. Oh, we have, we can use that one. We already were using that. Okay, so yeah, this is looking okay. Let's try to complete now. We'll go back to the, vamos tentar agora resolver o pescoço. Isso vai ser a última coisa, atrás da cabeça aqui e o pescoço. Então aqui tem umas partes que é bem interessante, but we need the model sheet again. So front, side and back. Should be quite simple. So basically, let's get something like that. The worst thing I think I got to extrude, so let's get connect here. Let's transform this into a face. Let's see its orientation. It's flipped, but so let's use it for the back. Vamos para a parte de trás, então ele está flipado. Oh, now it's, yeah, so this is the front side, so we can, so since the back, we'll try to, so make an edge ring for the neck, and so we're gonna try to make so some very simplified for now, but we're probably gonna augment the amount of subdivisions. So we can use like 6 to start with, so 1, 2, or just that, alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 to start with. Começar com só 4. And so here we can try to smooth this out and scale on Y. Let's see from the front, we don't see very well. We need to okay, here we see it needs to be thinner, and the neck will be here. Does it match? Yes, it's sort of matching, so let's start to connect here and maybe rotate a little here. Get some orientation here. And let's extrude down. Doesn't look very nice here. In principle, this might be too large on the front. Where's the smooth? Here, gizmo. Extrude, and here we can start to augment. Here we can extrude again and try to build up this face loop here. Let's see from the back side. Let's hide the front, so if I am on the back, so we can try to build up some trapezium. It will appear anyway, but we have here a different perspective, of course. Here the neck can, we can make a direct connection. Here we can, and maybe here the direct connection here. So that will be the back of the neck. So now this or this doesn't matter. We can work on the spine on the back later. So here there's a refinement that we can build here. Maybe this is okay. Here we can push this back. Here is optional because here we'd like to have more subdivisions here, but later. A gente vai querer mais subdivisões aqui atrás do pescoço, mas aqui em volta do pescoço, mas depois. So those edge rings. So here we could probably make a central thing, right? So something more like that. Here would be a crucial edge ring. Then here we can start to make some, this most likely will occur just like that. So, and then we need to start to connect the chin here. So very basic, but it's just the beginning. So here we see that maybe we'd like to have more subdivisions, right? So so first we're concerned about this about these shapes here, about the loop of the around the neck. Of course, these are two little subdivisions to connect all that mesh, but we could try to simplify this, except that probably here we need a bit more of subdivisions for the deforms. So I'm gonna keep that in red. This is a critical region anyway, so here we can start to ignore. Okay, so it was just the joint. This is also part of the joint, but we don't care. Just here to signalize that this is the joint, a junta ali do pescoço, que é muito importante. Então aqui a gente já fez a conexão errada. Pegar isso aqui e isso aqui. Aqui, claro, já vamos tentar fazer essa conexão. E aqui, obviamente, a gente encontra um problema, que se a gente tentar fazer essas conexões vai ser very bad, right? Doing that very bad. So we probably want to align this, and here probably would probably like to have another. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5, will that work? Well, maybe even 6, right? So it will make 12. For low poly that looks exaggeration, right? But considering this area has some muscle, or it can actually be good to try even to because who says low poly cannot have muscles, shapes and anatomical? Yes, this is actually cool. So we can try to predict some anatomic shapes here. I used to do something like that before. There's a long time I'm not working on that particular shape here of the neck, so I'm a bit rusty on that regard, but I think we can try something here. It should work. So here we did extra face, okay, because we can make some subdivisions here. So this is sort of flat. Essa parte aqui é pouco achatada mesmo. Here we must be careful to make this more flexible, more curved. Então, cuidar para fazer essa parte mais curva. It's still not looking good, so we need to adapt. Okay, we can do this and smooth everything out, especially this one. Try to smooth this out. This is very smoothable because it's not a really complicated joint. Sometimes we get problems here. Não é uma junta muito difícil em geral, mas às vezes tem uns problemas na rotação, então tem que ser uma coisa bem feita, não pode se fazer de qualquer jeito isso aqui. We cannot underestimate the neck joint, the upper neck joint with the head. Many things can go wrong if we're not careful enough with the... And we can use corrective methods for that too, actually, that can work fine too. So here, how you handle all that? I'm tempted just to get something very easy. Yeah, let's try this. So large edge loop goes all around. Okay, why not? Some would like to get this down, but then we already have this one going down, and we have... Okay, so this face loop will be interesting, folks, because this one would go like parallel to that, so it should meet with that one, folks. Yeah. Então essa aqui é uma face loop interessante, a gente pode levá-la para... The problem is that if I connect there, it ends up like that. So this is what I want, but I'm not gonna build it right now. We want to structure out something here. Então a gente tem que estruturar o caminho para lá, então não vou fazer ainda. Provavelmente aqui eu vou querer... talvez aqui seja realmente... como é que eu... talvez seja a questão de simplesmente tentar colapsar a topologia de malha aqui. Isso pode dar um pouco de trabalho. Então basicamente eu tenho malha aqui e eu quero okay, so we can try something. So you see there's one here and one here, and if I do this, what I'm imagining that I was just trying, so we can have something... Wow, I thought it would go there. This one might create some problems though. It's a bit strange. Não é muito regular. Yeah. And why? Yeah, this is not very interesting. It's a bit random, right? I don't like it. It's just because, alright, so we can try to avoid that. Let's try something more regular. So, if we try to combine this here, that could work. I need collapsible. So, it might be not horrible to make this into triangles. This is not a highly deforming area. Interesting. Interesting. I think that can work. The problem is that then we don't have a face loop here, unfortunately, to loop around all that, right? So this is a little annoying. And why do we have this? Where does it go? Oh, there's a face that goes there. Face that goes there. Alright, this goes straight back. This is good. It's like these muscles can push the mouth, right? It's not the case, but you got the idea. So we got some interesting results. The skull don't look very bad, right, in this shape, naked head. So let's try to analyze our drafts here. So we got a front view of the character, then a side view of the character. The neck may be slightly a bit overwhelming for this character. Let's also smooth all that. And that one. And here. This could perhaps, yeah, we'll need more work in this part. And yeah, those trigones like collapser of geometry a lot from the face. It can be smart. I'm just sad that then a back view also. Alright. Maybe this part. No, the skull is doing fine. Here, oh, I see. That part, the cheekbone, maybe it's just too high. Maybe it's not a bad thing for this character design actually, but let's try to correct this just a little, so it will be like this goes up and then goes down. I don't know, why not? Yeah, so just go like that. A bit crazy. We can solve this stuff a little here, and then here let's try push this. Yeah, we can adjust those details later. We can for now just try to no, not the ear, just this front part here. Okay, smooth. Amaciar isso aqui. Como é que é smooth em português? Alisar, alisar parece estranho, né? Suavizar, suavizar acho que é a melhor tradução para esse recurso aqui digital. So yeah, a bit of confusion here. Should these things go up or down, or maybe if they curve like that, so curving up and then they they do that. So maybe this is best for this particular character or the overall character design. So you see this is in the bottom. Yeah, the ear is following. Here we see that maybe I've displaced too much some parts of the ear, and that this part may be a bit too high right now. Let's push this like here, so this becomes a tinier region. Yes, sharp, but sharper. This may be a bit too high, so let's push this inside. What is this? I see here this face. Let's try to correct this in this way. Here we can try to push this, and here, yeah, we got this problem now. This should perhaps push up, and there we try to get this thing. Let's approximate this geometry here. Smooth this out. Smooth this out, smooth this out. Must be careful about smoothing everything, because it will smooth parts that may be already good, so that is the bad part of having big loops everywhere. So yeah, we can try this. It's a sort of strange alignment, but yes, that can also give sharpness. So to finish this live, so we got the neck. So okay, I did what I intended. Eu fiz o que eu estava tentando, que era concluir a cabeça nessa live stream, e conseguimos, mesmo que demorou um pouco mais, um tanto mais do que eu queria, mas foi bastante progresso aqui nas áreas. A gente resolveu praticamente todos os problemas. Não é assim ideal, mas eu acho que se isso aqui rigar bem, não vai ter problema. If this rigs well, there won't be a problem in this collapsing. I probably wouldn't put it here though. Yeah, the triangle, no, it needs to be here, and also not here, because this will connect to another way to solve that will try, yeah, making more subdivisions here, and it will make this very messy. Or try to, right, I cannot, okay, unless maybe if this went elsewhere. Yeah, so if this went back to the neck, so that would be like this, folks. We could do that, yes. That would solve this one's case, right? Not too difficult, right, folks? So this is not a large cost. This is actually quite regular stuff. So this, okay, we solved one. This one, okay, considering you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, let's get a sixth, right? But where? Well, maybe in the center, right? Or in the side, or so I'm not sure, but yes, we can get perhaps here. So remember that it will make 12 faces around the neck. Isso vai fazer 12. Agora atualmente tem 10 dos dois lados, vai fazer 12. É muita coisa. Mas para resolver isso aqui, por que não? Tá valendo. So here, let's try to get this. Até porque essa nova estrutura muscular que eu quero fazer aqui talvez demande justamente mais topologia para o lado de cá, então isso, mais geometria para o lado de cá, então não é necessariamente uma coisa ruim. Vamos tentar usar esse recurso. So here, dissolve, and here we can try to smooth this out, smooth this, no, this. Alright, so yes, we got it. Então a gente conseguiu pegar isso aqui a um custo relativamente barato. Sobrou um triângulo, eu acho. No? Wasn't there a trigon somewhere here? I think we unmade it, alright. So okay. Can't we push this up too? Alright. Let's go again for the shade smooth already. Yes, it's shade smooth. Let's go to some sort of preview, I don't know. Of course not with shade smooth, we need perhaps this. I would try even render, but we don't have any shading. This part looks bad here around the nose. Yeah, this part really, I should revise some topology here, because this is not good. Aqui tem uma parte nessa entrada, reentrância aqui, nose bridge, que tá bem ruim aqui. Let's see how I solve this in this model. So, and I miss reference sometimes. We need to check here. So no, this is nearly as bad as I had. So this is just face loops, and okay, it's just straight. There should be better solution though. So here's the pole, and this goes down. So yeah, so this is the pole, and then it goes down like that. Yeah. So what's going wrong here? Maybe this needs to be closer, and I just need to rework this thing. No, more geometry here maybe. Yeah. So in the end, I think I cannot escape that. Let's check here. Yeah, there's like 1, 2, 3. This helps a lot actually, because this will allow us to shape this thing more in a more subtle way, like this, and so this will give space for more. You see, it was more. Isso aqui vai permitir que a gente tenha mais desenvolvimento nessa parte. Isso aqui também está muito para, talvez para, isso aqui tem que realmente ser uma parte que está mais para cima. This probably needs to be reorganized. This part here on this line needs more priority. Let's try it here. Still not good, but yeah, in part maybe this is not. This needs to be more circular, I guess. And something is missing. Okay, these are maybe too up. They are too high, I mean. So they get in the way, while this usually would be the part that is more higher. So this goes down actually, at least those ones, right? And so we are lacking that the nose bridge is higher ground for those features. yeah, it needs to be indeed like a ridge. And then what's happening is that here things are too up, so I need to bring this down, kinda on the slope here. It doesn't look good yet. Maybe this part also. This will probably need the model sheet to figure out, but we are trying to get some, yeah, proportional posing maybe. And here very. So the problem is that this part grows up fast, but here there need to be some yeah, this is again we are lacking to some extent mesh geometry here to play all this thing. So yeah, and still not good. But yeah, we're starting to recreate some nose bridge that might be looking appealing, but oh, of course I forgot what I'm talking about. The we cannot use this without some sort of yeah, we cannot be using this stupid subdivision surface modifier without some creases. If I were to use this my model sheet, my model is being disrupted, so não dá para usar isso aqui, esse modificador, sem subdivision surface modifier, sem ter creases, por exemplo. Então se eu fosse usar creases, eu teria que adicioná-los por aqui. Transform, por exemplo, so now we have, yes, use crease. So, então aqui eu poderia ter esse perfil perfeito. Edge crease, I think. No, not this. Mean crease, I think, yeah. Yeah, so that will be how to get it. So now we could, of course, there is much more to develop, so this is not the ideal solution. If I'm not using this, I can rely on the yeah. If I have enough subdivisions here, I might not require the subdivision surface modifier. So this could be a great advantage, especially if the subdivision modifier is limiting some aspects of animation of the project. I don't know, for example, I've realized that the subdivision surface modifier was lagging my rig with physics in my computer. So in this case, a good idea, I thought, well, maybe I need to make my apply the subdivision surface modifier, right? Because it was lagging, even on very low conditions. Então, às vezes o jeito uma solução que eu tenho pensado é simplesmente tentar aplicar o subdivision surface modifier em algum projeto meu, porque estava lagando wiggle bonds, físicas, várias coisas na hora de posar para animação, e aí posar o boneco para animação, e aí isso estava sendo bem frustrante, quase tornando o trabalho para mim inoperante nesse computador. Então eu quase desisti de usar ferramentas até que eu descobri que não, isso era culpa do Subdivision Surface Modifier, ainda que a resolução dele tivesse mínimo possível. So here, folks, we haven't complete everything there, but I can say that mesh topology wise, this is like most likely geometry wise, it's always ongoing until I find the oh, something is bizarre here. Okay, just small solving here, doesn't matter. Mesh topology wise, this is probably, it can get better certainly. Like here, maybe there's better things to do. We must check also on rigging. On rigging, we'll conclude if certain structures we've made here are good or bad. So there are things that we just cannot be 100% sure right now, and we'll realize if we know rigging. It is it is very visible when something about mesh topology fails. If I keep doing this, readjusting, I'd be here forever. So you see, we are getting a good look on this character. We can, although yeah, can improve forever. Next time we'll go to the, maybe I do the eyes, but not the hair. The hair has a lot of things to do. We go for the body, and then the body should be faster. We have already this model to take as a basic reference. I probably would like to make a different mesh geometry topology for the buttocks, but otherwise it will be, and probably for this area here, this was a last improvement that I've made. And yes, then yes, I'll try to do certainly better for the knees, which here are horrible. The hands, we have, we'll try a similar stylistic approach with a low poly hand, and also we can take some example from here. This is more or less okay. The shoulders is one very complex area, so we'll take reference probably. All the rest, yeah, this, let's see, yeah, we can get some ideas here, but we'll probably end up with something relatively new. So that's it, folks. Thanks for watching, and this we'll continue working on that on the next week. Take care, happy blending. Até mais, falou pessoal.